What's up, everybody? Ken and Hotep back at it again with another one. Just waiting for a few people to get in. What's up, Josh? Hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday, wonderful hump day. Today is actually going to be a nice day outside. It's going to be 66 degrees here in good old Baltimore City. Wild. Unseasonably warm, I'm going to tell you that much. Just going on Michelle Clark. Good to see you. What's going on, Ilcryptmatic? It's gonna be a nice day. If you missed the stream that I did yesterday, you missed a good stream. We touched on Ricky Smiley and his cognitive dissonance and his Trump derangement syndrome, because it is in full effect and on full display. So if you missed that, go check it out. Go and check it out. Yeah, we're supposed to get a couple of showers. There's a chance of showers here, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully not, because I just I ain't gonna say I don't like the rain, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. Oh man, anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day out there. So far, I know it's early. I know it's an early day, but I'm just hoping you're having a good day so far. So anyway, just got a FedEx notification. Just got a FedEx notification, and I think I get my horseman comic today. My horseman comic may show up today. Shout out to Ripperverse Studios. Shout out to Ripperverse Comics. Shout out to Young Ripper, Eric July, on all the success that he's having with his media organization, his comic books. Man, I can't wait to dive into it. I can't wait to dive into the comic, man. It looks good. So we'll do a review on that. I might see if Jimmy Doss want to get on the Nerd Out channel. I got to start putting more content on my Nerd Out channel. I kind of neglected it a little bit. That's what we're going to do. All things nerdy. Whether it comes down to some kind of, who knows, a movie or, movie reviews like me and JD. I think I'm going to upload all of our movie reviews over there to the Nerd Out channel. They were always fun. And then I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna play it by ear. But I need to start putting more content over there on the Nerd Out channel. Anyway, I need to do an interview with Eric July. That's what I really need to do, is an interview with Eric July. I don't know why I haven't asked for one yet. I know that if I do reach out to him, he'll do the interview. I just haven't reached out yet. I gotta get it together. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get to it. So now there are talks of impeaching old Joe Nicholslick over his actions as far as giving the go-ahead, allegedly, to fire those rockets onto Russia. And I say allegedly because I really don't think Joe Biden's pulling any strings. Nor do I believe he's ever been pulling any strings. But nonetheless, they're talking about impeaching Joe Biden or enacting the 25th Amendment, dun, 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 to get him out of the paint because of these actions. Now, when I heard this, conventional wisdom, when I heard it, would have been like, yeah, he messing up. He trying to sabotage Donnie T before he get in office by lighting a match to a hot war, right? Turn no longer this being a proxy war, but putting the United States head first into this hot war, right? However, then I harken back to the scenario that we came up with on this channel. Was it a week ago, guys? I think it was a week ago, where they impeach or enact the 25th Amendment on Joe Nicholslick, they install Kamala Harris as the 47th president of the United States. Once she's installed as the 47th president of the United States, then they try to either we'll say A now. The A try to they're pushing that back, so that's not a thing. But they're going to try to enact the 14th Amendment on Donald Trump, per the words of Jamie Raskin, trying to keep him out of the White House. This could possibly be a thing. This could possibly be a thing. You know, honestly, I don't think Joe Nichols looks running anything anyway. You know what I mean? Gearheadology Garage, what's the deal, bro? Yo, if you're in Baltimore area, yo, you need to holler at Gearheadology, yo. He's a master mechanic. Like when I say he's a good, he works on all my shit, and he gets me right. Matter of fact, I gotta holler at you, yo. I gotta get this truck ready for admission, Joe. But yeah, Joe got to get out of here. But I don't like the whole 25th right now. I don't like the whole 25th Amendment situation because it leaves that room for that situation to happen where they impeach or enact the 25th Amendment on Joe Biden, install Kamala as the 47th, and then try to keep Trump out of the White House with the 14th Amendment. You know what I mean? I don't like that. Now, is that highly likely? I don't think it's highly likely, but I do think it's not off the table when it comes to the Democrats. You know, will they succeed at that if they were to try it? Probably not. But will they try it? Oh, 100%. 100% they'll try it. Miss Wild, let me see. Miss Wild Wolf, what's going on? Good morning. Joe Biden has already been impeached. What's the 14th Amendment? It's like the treason clause or something like that. So like the third clause in it, or the third part of the 14th Amendment, is about insurrection. Like a presidential candidate or a politician or political candidate would be null and void if they participated in insurrection or quote unquote treason. Now we all know that Donnie T was never found guilty on insurrection because he beat it in impeachment. They impeached Donnie T. He went to trial, and the Democrats lost. But they still going to want to push this nonsense. They're still going to want to push this nonsense. They still keep trying to push it, even though he's been found not guilty of insurrection or inciting one. But they never stopped him before, you know? Let's just look back at 2016 with the Russia collusion hoax. They knew very well that shit was bullshit, but they kept running with it. They ran with it, hoping it would stick. Hoping it would stick. So I know they put articles impeachment in for Joe Biden. We're going to see what happens. But that 25th Amendment, they don't got to put in. They don't got to put no impeachment in. You know, that 25th Amendment is different. It's a different animal. If they do enact the 25th Amendment, then yeah, I think they're going to try to keep Donald Trump out of the White House if they could put Kamala Harris in that way. And this is something that we were spitballing, that we were hypothesizing about a week or two ago. But now it looked like it could possibly be a thing. Like I said, now will it work? I doubt it. But will they try it? Yes, they will. And if they try it, will this incite a riot and more division in the United States? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. See, the Democrats don't. So they always talk about free and fair elections and all this other stuff, but they're the ones actively trying to subvert the will of the people. They're always the ones trying to subvert the will of the people. And this will be another way. We've heard Jamie Raskin say it. We've heard him say it. It could be all talk. But we heard him say this. Is that since the Supreme Court won't act on it, then when Congress will have to act on it, and we'll have to say that we have to deny him the presidency if he should win. Is what he said in front of a camera. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Now, as far as what will happen, like I said, I don't think that Nickel Slick gave that order. Ain't no way Nickel Slick gave that order. Ain't no way Nickel Slick gave that order. Who gave the order? That's my question. What's up? What's up? Who gave this order? Oh, Josh, it will definitely cause civil unrest. Everybody know Barry running that White House? Oh, we know. We know who's really running things. But we got to say allegedly on stuff like that. But yeah, of course. But it ain't Joe Nichols looking. It ain't Kamala Harris. Neither one of them are running the White House. Who gave the order? I do believe that it was old Barry O that gave the order. But the thing about it is the implications behind it, right? The question is also did the Ukrainian soldiers actually fire those rockets, or did United States personnel fire them rockets for them? That's another question I have. Did the Ukrainians use those ATACs, or did the United States personnel do it on their behalf? That's another question I have. But no matter what happened, Putin took that shit to heart. Putin took that shit personally. Lowered the threshold for the requirements for them to use their nuclear missiles in retaliation to what happened. That's a problem for us. He been put us on notice. He been put us on notice. The question is, do they do it again? So we're coming up close on Thanksgiving, right? Coming up close on Thanksgiving. Would there be another missile strike before Thanksgiving on Russia? That's my question. Will there be another missile strike against Russia on Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving? And if that was to happen, I feel like Putin got to make good on his threat, right? He seemed like the type of person that's like, you know what, I got to show y'all. Like I said yesterday, how many times do you poke the bear before he starts to fucking show his teeth and maul the shit out of you? Josh King said an Obama move for sure. There were Ukrainian soldiers in their capital on J6. There were a lot of informants and insurgents in the capital on J6. I wouldn't put it past them. Like I said, I got streams. My stream got suspended when I started to point that shit out. When I started to point out the BS from the J6 committee. When I started to tear apart their quote unquote bombshell witnesses. So you downloaded videos and you said the accounts got deleted? That's crazy. Because I was still under the old Twitter regime and stuff like that. And we know from the Twitter files there was a lot of craziness, a lot of fuckery going on at that point in time. I heard that he in like Brazil in the jungle somewhere in the rain. What? He can barely walk on solid ground. He's in the rainforest. Is the funny part to me. They got him in the rainforest, hoping he get fucking strangled by a boa constrictor. He downloaded after Elon owned it. Yeah, allegedly, Joe Nicholslick is in the rainforest down in Brazil in the rainforest. He he down there visiting the Legion of Doom. Scalding rolls up out of the daggone water, and he's in there having a meeting. In the studio, could be Hollywood. He on the green screen acting like he trudging through the mud. Oh man, like he wouldn't match last 30 seconds in the Amazon. I don't know. I don't know. That's what they said he had. I haven't seen any video of it. They got video of it. Send it to me. But I haven't seen any video of him in the rainforest. That's what they said he is. They're trying to get him to catch a random, curable disease. Like he's gonna go down there and get malaria or dengue fever or I don't know. So, but I don't know. I don't know what to think as far as what could possibly go down. All I can say is just be prepared for anything. You know what I mean? Be prepared for anything. Get your food stores, get your water up. Make sure you got something to protect your neck. Get your food, water, and something to protect your neck. The shit could go crazy. Let's just say they do, right? Let's just say they fire again on Russia with U.S. missiles, and it hits Russia, or it hits some target or whatever, or some civilians get hurt. Putin's going to respond in kind, and I don't know how kind his response will be, but he could hit Ukraine, and he could. I mean, he's fucking close to the U.S. too. He could hit the U.S. Middle America. What's that movie, Jericho? Remember that show? That's that show called Jericho. Talking about a nuke hit in, I think it was a nuke hit in Colorado. It's a good show. Talking about a nuke hit in Colorado and then the fallout. I think going into like Kansas or something like that. I forgot where the people was at. But that shit could happen. Like I said, art imitates life a lot. You know. But if something was to happen, if there was some kind of lights out scenario or some kind of grid down scenario, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. Yeah, hydroxychloroquine. So, little fun fact here. All hydroxychloroquine is chlorine dioxide. That's it. Hydroxychloroquine is chlorine dioxide. Chlorine dioxide is what they use to treat malaria. Now you got some dummies out here. Oh my God, there's bleach. They had the word chlorine in it. Oh, it's bleach. It's bleach. He's trying to give people bleach. Remember that? Hydroxychloroquine is chlorine dioxide. That's what they use to treat malaria. Like apparently that shit'll cure what ails you. So apparently, like I guess back in the day, some people was in the Amazon, just like old Nickel Slick, and they was going through there, and they used to use chlorine dioxide as well to purify water. They used to use chlorine dioxide to purify water. So a bunch of people on this expedition got malaria, and they were all fucked up. So the doctor that was on this expedition with them, because everybody was, I guess, throwing up or whatever, and getting messed up and dehydrated and all that other stuff, he loaded down some water with chlorine dioxide, and they drank it, and the next day they all felt better. So the doctor was like, so not only does this chlorine dioxide purify this water, it actually got rid of all malaria. I'm just, summarizing and paraphrasing. And that's how they figured out that chlorine dioxide can kill malaria. So hydroxychloroquine is just a fancy word for chlorine dioxide. But, the dummies like, oh, it's bleach, it's bleach, it's bleach. Like, shut up. There's a lady named Carrie Rivera. Right? There's a lady named Carrie Rivera who's, I'll say she claims that she can help subside a lot of the symptoms of autism in children, we'll say, with said chlorine dioxide. She claims that a lot of the autism comes from vaccine injuries and stuff like that, and it's got all these other elements in these kids' bodies and parasites in these kids' bodies from the said vaccines or whatever, the vaccines, and that the chlorine dioxide actually helps to get rid of a lot of it. People went after her. There are people that claim that she's kind of like, allegedly, we'll say, because how YouTube be. There's a lot of people that claim that she, like, a lot of the kids that were like deep on that spectrum, doing her protocol with the chlorine dioxide actually, help like nonverbal children start talking, and kids that was, that actually was on the spectrum or had some quirks, that shit went away. Almost like the chlorine dioxide actually got rid of the parasites that were affecting their brain, or got rid of the metals that were affecting their brain. That was pretty interesting. But she got demonized, and they start calling, oh, she's giving kids bleach. She's giving kids bleach. And, I had to go look it up because I know the different types of fucking chlorine out there. And I was like, oh shit, she might got a method to this madness that she speaks here. So fast forward, I hear them start talking about hydroxychloroquine, and then they start saying the same thing about Trump. They start saying the same thing about Trump. Oh, he's trying to give people bleach. He's trying to make people inject bleach. And dummies out there just sitting there, just following the news, like, oh my God, he's trying to kill us all. When hydroxychloroquine is just chlorine dioxide that they use to treat malaria and filter water or purify water. It only takes a quick Google search, to figure all this shit out. Not to mention, Carrie Rivera, I was seeing her when COVID hit, and she was, guys, you should get yourself some chlorine dioxide and, put it in your water and drink the water. It should kill whatever, this virus is, blah, 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 blah. Sound like she might have been right. What up, Adam? Also, what is it? Oh yeah, I seen that spray. Like people were spraying it on their kids, like tongue every morning or whatever. right? Or even on themselves. Yeah, I've seen that. How's my day going? It's going okay. Can't complain. It's just really getting started. Just really getting started. Got a meeting. Um, got to deal with some printers at the truck plaza at the port. Uh, Also, I got a fill in for HJ today. So I'm filling for HJ on the Griff Report. So tune in. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun time. So, but anyway, you said gun talk. What you got? What you got? What questions you got about guns? What question you got about any guns? Now, what I can tell you guys is what I got in my World War III pack. I can tell you guys what I got in my World War III pack. My my Red Dawn, my Red Dawn kit. I can tell you what I got in my Red Dawn kit. Oh man. Any of y'all kitted out? Oh, I do it all the time. Miss Wild Wolf. Suggestions for a Red Dawn kit. I'm gonna tell you what I got in my Red Dawn kit. My Red Dawn kit consists of my 300 Blackout with a 511 plate carrier, Dawning Sparmer. What else I got? Oh, my war belt, which also can with the plate carrier. I got the Spartan armor. I got one, two, three. I got four. I got four mag pouches on it that can hold both Glock magazines and my 300 Blackout or AR magazines. I got a phone holder on it. Right, I got a phone holder on it that I got from Temu of all places. Actually, is when we did that Temu haul, guys. When we was like, "Oh, let's see what Temu got." I got a couple of things that actually was kind of legit. So I got this phone holder that's on my plate carrier, because the phone holder I got off of Temu that's on my plate carrier. If you go to like one of the regular sites to try to buy it, they want like $200 for that shit. Temu had that shit for like $12. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Excuse me. My war belt has my war belt has two Glock magazine holders and two AR-15 holders with my Safariland holster, mid-ride holster that will hold my that holds my Glock 19. Now I'm thinking of switching that out, right? Like I love my Glock 19; it's a great gun. I'm thinking about switching that out to. I'm thinking about switching that out to either a Glock 17 holster, a light bearing holster from Safariland, or or a Canik Combat Elite light bearing holster. So I'm just trying to figure that out right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but right now it's the Glock 17. Safariland holsters are great. I like them. Um, my war belt is from Safe Life Defense. So my war belt is from Safe Life Defense. Um, I'm slacking today because I usually keep. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. I'm slacking today because I usually keep a soft vest in my car. I usually got my Safe Life Defense 3A Plus. My Safe Life Defense 3A Plus vest in the car. I don't have it today. I took it out because I had to take my daughter and her friend somewhere, and I usually keep it right in the back seat right there where I can get to it. And they had their bags and all that shit, so I didn't put it in the trunk. Plus, all that shit scares the little girls. Not my daughter, but her friends and shit. So, I put it in the house. So I forgot to put it back in my car, but you better believe I still got my Glock 43 on me. Got some trolls in here. One troll. I guess there's one bot still active. Being mentally weak must be tough, right? He in the wrong chat, ain't he, chat? He in the wrong chat. Yeah, I seen when she was talking about her Glock. Yeah. Yeah, that was my question. I would have followed up like, what kind of, okay, oh wow, you have a Glock? Which one? Which one? And I guarantee she would have just said some dumb shit like, 9mm. Like, okay, well, which Glock 9mm do you? That'd have caught her in her lie immediately. Not to mention, like, if she would have had anything above a Gen 3, she'd have been out of compliance with the state. She'd have been out of compliance with the state. See, the state wants you to have they want micro stamps on anything older than or anything newer than a Gen 3 Glock. You know, we all know she was lying. Like, I have a Glock. You don't have a Glock. You don't, and you don't carry a gun. Let's be real. Everybody knew she was lying when she said that shit. She got a Tupac millimeter. That's funny. But yeah, that's my kit right there. What I need to do is get another because I misplaced it. I gotta get another like med pack, tourniquet and all that stuff to put on the back of my belt. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm making my business to get it this weekend. I'm making my business to get it this weekend. Put that on the back of my belt. Um, but yeah, that's my kit right there. So shit hit the fan, and I'm out and about. I'm pulling over. The kick goes on. The blackout goes in the front seat, and I go get who I need to go get. What I mean by go get who I need to go get, family. Like, let's just say some shit happened today or tomorrow. My dad is dealing with pneumonia in the hospital right now. I gotta go get him. I gotta go pick him up. I gotta go grab him. Even though I already know he's gonna tell me to, leave him where he at. Try to go grab him, make sure he good, or at least get him, something so he can make his way out of there or whatever. Take him his kit. Make sure to go get the kids. If the wife can't get to him or she out of the loop, go get the kids. Get them safe. Get my brother kitted out. Go find my wife if she ain't if she's stuck somewhere. Go get her. And then get everybody home. And then we fortify wherever we at. We fortify that location. Make sure everybody's ready to rock and roll. That's why it's important that my daughter knows how to shoot. That's why it's important that my wife knows how to shoot. My brothers, they know how to shoot. My dad knows how to shoot. You always should have a plan. Always have a plan, right? What I say is what you should keep with you just in case something like that happens, right? let's just say we have a lights out scenario. Let's say it's a worst case scenario. We get a lights out scenario, right? And then and then let's just say like the car dies, right? The car dies, and no electronics work. Let's say an EMP went off. You got to have your contingencies. You should have a nice comfortable shoes. Like I would say right now, because of what's going on right now in your car right now, you should have a nice comfortable pair of shoes or boots, depending on the weather. Um, since it's getting a little cooler outside, we're heading into the winter months. Have a nice coat, um, some long johns, stuff like that, just to make sure that you can hoof it home. You know, you're not going to stay with the car forever. You gotta make your way to shelter, right, or to your loved ones. And you know, most of the time, uh, hold on, where we at? Oh shucks, there we go. Most of the time, you're only about 25 to 30 minutes away from your house. You know, so for me, I'm probably where I work at. I'm 30 minutes away from my house and maybe 20 minutes away from my dad's office or family business's office. So I can, you know, depending on where I am. So if I'm like I'm going through the tunnel right now. If I'm through the tunnel, I'm at the cruise terminal. If I'm through the tunnel and I'm at the cruise terminal, then you know, all right, let me make it to the office. See if I can't get one of the vehicles at the office started, or rally there, get some supplies, and then try to make it home. Like I got a 4-wheeler at the office, so if shit goes south, I can get that 4-wheeler started and make my way to my family. But you want to make sure you got water. Just keep it. You know, there's nothing wrong with keeping a gallon of water in the trunk. There's nothing wrong with keeping a gallon of water in the trunk. You know, keep a backpack with you with supplies, maybe a foil blanket. You know what? We should do it. We should do a stream on that. We stream on that. What should be in your trunk? It might be a good idea. I might see if Just Josh is around. I know he's been busy. See if Just Josh is around. Maybe me and him will do a stream together with Joe Dolio from Council on Future Conflict. I got to reach out to him. I've been saying I was going to reach out to him. I haven't done that yet. But you want to have shoes, comfortable clothes, warm clothes if it's the winter months, a backpack, a firearm. You want to have a firearm, a good knife, um, some kind of shelter that you have in the backpack. You know, they make those makeshift shelters where you use like some paracord from tree to tree, and you drape it over the line and all that other stuff, keep you warm or whatever. Something to make a fire. Some rations. So, you know, you can either get the MREs or they make those. What is it called? They make those like they look like Rice Krispie treats. You know what I mean? That you can, you know, they got like 3,000 calories per bar or something like that. Um, have a couple of those, and then it wouldn't be a bad idea to like, you know, walk a couple of miles every day or every weekend or something like that. You know, I'm not saying walk the entire trip. You know that it would take for you to get home, but you know, 2 or 3 mile walk. You know, with your backpack, you ain't gotta have your. I mean, you can put the backpack on if you got a bug out bag. If you don't got a bug out bag, or you don't want to use your bug out bag, grab a backpack and throw some fucking rocks in it or something like that. Make it heavy. Nice little rough walk. Yeah, to get you prepared just in case you got to make that trip. You got to make that hike home. You know, Maryland got some of the worst roads. Okay, I got you. I'll DM me. I don't know anybody that freeze dries, but I know that I'm getting into canning. I'm about to start canning my stuff. Freeze drying wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh yeah, you gotta prepare for the people because what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen, right? Even your neighbors, when society collapses, those neighbors that you wave to and say hi and all that other stuff, they're gonna get hungry. And when they get hungry, they get desperate. And when they get desperate, they're gonna wonder why you ain't came out your house, or they must got food. And it might turn into like a sorry. They said when they get hungry, they get desperate. They're gonna start wondering why you ain't came out the house. They're gonna be like, damn, they must got food in there. Then it might turn into a polite ask, like, hey, do you mind helping us? And then that polite ask might turn into a demand or an idle threat, and then that might turn into them trying to break into your house and taking you what you got. And you gotta be prepared to do some shit that you wouldn't normally do in polite society. We'll say it like that. You gotta be prepared to do some shit that you wouldn't normally do in polite society. You have to prepare to protect your neck if civilization breaks down. Like, and it don't even have to. It doesn't even take a Red Dawn scenario or you know external threat for craziness like that to break out. Like, look at what's Helene, North Carolina, and parts of Tennessee and stuff like that. Houses people nothing, and that makes marauders. That makes people desperate, and they come in and get what you got. You got to be able to protect yourself. I hear that you grew up with an army there, so I know you're ready. Y'all got no trespassing signs on property. Yeah, there you go. That's a fair warning for them. Yeah, get a weight vest. When I was firefighting training, I carried a 75-pound extra. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you just got to be prepared. There's nothing wrong with being prepared, right? There's nothing wrong with being prepared. The funny part, they used to make fun of like preppers, right? Like even when before I woke the hell up. I would watch that show. Like, remember that show? What was it called? Doomsday Preppers. Doomsday Preppers used to come on. I used to just laugh like these people is nuts. That's never going to happen. Of course, I was a young boy, and now I'm a damn prepper. But the thing is now you got people on the left who think that shit is crazy. Now they're preparing for the worst too. Now they all of a sudden they want to prep and they want to get this and get that. Like we covered the Ricky Smiley mental breakdown, his fucking nervous breakdown, and even he was saying, make sure you got a gun to protect yourself. And like, oh, is that right? Oh, is that right? Now you want to have people prepared for the worst. Entire family of vets. That's what's up. You want to have a good community of people. You want to have a good community of people if you can. I'm not saying just go around to all your neighbors like, hey guys, we're having a doomsday watch party. You want to pick and choose the people that that's going to have your back. They got skills. They can do stuff. So like if I know how to hunt. Right? If I know how to hunt and I can take care of security, then I'll do that. And then like I got a neighbor that grows. They have a garden. They grow their food in their little garden. Right? And I might be like, all right, look, I'll make sure y'all are protected. I'll share my, whatever I kill, I grab. If I harvest a deer, you know, I'll give you a portion of the harvest. If you give me some potatoes or some tomatoes or something like that, you know what I mean. Then I got another neighbor there in medical field. They're nurses. I'm like, okay, cool. So if somebody gets sick, we need you guys to kind of triage them and get them back right if you can. You know, you want to have that community of people that you can depend on, and that's going to help you stay straight. You got to help each other survive. I remember Future Weapons, Doomsday Preppers. I watch it. I watch Doomsday Preppers now, and I get so many ideas from that show. They indoctrinate all of their children, all of our children. Knowledge is power. That is true. Now I'm about to. I should have been doing it. I kind of did it on like a small scale, but I'm about to really start canning like ground beef and chicken and pork and stuff like that. Uh, just in case things go south. You know what I mean? Because let's just say the lights go out, your refrigerator's not going to work anymore, right? If the lights go out, let's just say an EMP attack happens, your refrigerator's not going to work anymore, so that's no good. So either you got to eat everything before it goes bad, or get yourself a nice propane burner, right? A nice propane burner, and then can the meats before they go bad. Get them in mason jars, can them before they go bad. They good for what, 10 years? I think they said they're good for like 10 years before like they start to lose nutritional value. But they're still shelf stable even after they lose nutritional value. They're still shelf stable. So that means all you gotta do is add a little salt, a little sea salt to it to get the minerals back in it. It might taste a little weird, but it ain't gonna kill you. It'll keep you alive. And canning's ridiculously simple. Me, I'm gonna, because I'm extra. I'm getting a canner. I'm getting one of them canners that can can like 10 cans at a time. Hey, what's up?
Hey, have you come to fix the printer?
I have come to fix the printers.
Thank you. They're having hell over there.
I know.
It's their problem now.
Yeah, Johnson called me. All right. See, there was a. Oh, wait. Thank God you're here. Take care of these printers. I still got to go through all of this stuff. Shout out to Jabari, coordinator of content coordinator of the Griff Report. So I go through all the shit he sent me and see what stories I'm gonna talk about today. I'm gonna let y'all know this. I'm not talking about anything crypto. I'm gonna leave that shit to the Hotep Jesus. That's his bag. Crypto is his bag. I'm not gonna pretend like I know a ton about crypto because I don't. I'm gonna let him do that stuff. But we're gonna have a good show today. We have a really good show today. So kick.com/the Griff Report. Make sure y'all there. It's gonna be a fun time. If you're on if you follow me on Twitter, which you should be following me on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, I'll post a link there right before the show starts. Come hang out. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Anytime I take over the Griff Report, we have a good time. Now I'm at the park, so now I can actually look at the chat like I want to. Cool. There we go. Ooh. Deer meat won't be shared with Democrats. Raw milk is amazing for your system and has natural bacteria that heals your intestinal tract. Is that right? I always heard that raw milk's great. That's why I guess that's why the Amish was so adamant about coming out and voting for old Donnie T. He's like, you're not gonna take away our you ain't gonna make us diminish our staples. Building a stockade isn't always good. Yeah, I mean, it depends. If you're gonna if you're gonna hunker down, you know what I mean, right then and there, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have some type of stockade. You know what I mean? I don't think it would be such a bad thing. But also, if you would be prepared to lose it, if you got a haul ass in a pinch, if you got a haul ass in a pinch, then be prepared to you have to be prepared to like leave a lot of that shit behind. So there's like a there's a there's a pros and a con to it. Building the stockade and all that other good stuff, and getting all of these all this having all this abundance of stuff, which is fine, it's great. Um, but you might want to hide a lot of it. So like not keeping it all in one place. You got to anticipate, I don't know, some marauders coming or a gang of people coming where you might not be able to deal with them all, and you got to get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? You got to make a run for it. So it'll be good to have a lot of that stuff maybe buried somewhere in the woods somewhere, or at another rally point somewhere where you know that you're going to go to. Um, you know what I mean? So it's I don't know. It's interesting, like as far as the stockade stuff is concerned, because I could see how that can be a good thing and a bad thing. You know what I mean? You don't want to put you don't if you're going to do that, if you're going to have all of this stuff, you don't want to keep it all in one place. You want to spread it out sporadically. Or I'm gonna take a portion of it here. I'm gonna bury it here in these I don't know pelican cases or whatever or totes. I'm gonna bury it here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this stuff and I'm gonna put this stuff over here. You know what I mean? If you can do it. Adam said he'll help people as he travels. I hear that, but you gotta be a good judge of character. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you ain't got kids, oh, it's definitely easier. I got two kids and a wife, so I gotta keep them alive. You know, it's different if you don't have no kids and you just got a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever. You know, it'll be easier for y'all two to just move and be and keep each other safe. But when you got my son has autism. I mean he's very smart though. He's really smart, but he has some autism with him. My daughter is really smart. Um, my wife is she's smart and aware. So like I probably wouldn't be too bad, but at the same time I got three people I need to worry about keeping alive. What's up, Montoya? Who's Sneaky Pete? I'm sure he's a bot or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, stop. Miss Wild Wolf can get you up out of here, Pete. Everybody got to know their role. That's true. That's true, Roy. But it's up to you as the head of the household to ingrain that, to push that in there. Like my son, even though he's really smart, I still gotta like really be intentional on how I teach him things. I gotta kind of drill things home for him a little more than I would my daughter. Like my daughter, at first she was afraid to shoot a gun. Now she ain't got no problem, and she's a damn good shot. You know what I mean? My wife doesn't like shooting, but she's a damn good shot. You know why? Because I told her, I said, shit, go down. You got to protect these kids if I'm not around, especially. You know what I mean? So, but my son, he's what's the word? He's a thinker. I watch him. I watch how, I guess the word, I don't want to use the word tactical. He's well thought out. When he wants something or he wants it, he's well thought out about it. Methodical. My son's really methodical. So that actually will work in the favor, of us. I hear that, Adam. That's how you gotta do. You know what I mean? Like you see some people. If I see some people with some kids, then I'm gonna be cautious. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna help. I got neighbors, right? Let's just say I'm about to dip. I'm about to get the hell out of Dodge. Right? Let's just say things getting worse, and I live in a house. I got a nice house. I got a nice single family home, but there's a lot of fucking houses in my house, in my neighborhood, my housing development. Right? I'm pretty sure ain't everybody gonna be ready for like shit to go south. So like I told my wife, I said, yo, shit get really bad. We can't stay here. We can't stay here. We're surrounded, right? We got to get the hell out of here. But I got a few neighbors that I'm gonna make sure I look out for before I leave. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to be in. Like, you want to have a heart, but again, you gotta be prepared to do some things that you wouldn't normally do in a polite society. You know, so I listened to this series, right? And the cool part is, so it's this series called it's called Going Home. It's the Going Home series by uh, um an author called A American. Anybody ever heard of him? There's an author called A American. He has the Going Home series. It's like called Escaping Home, Surviving Home, Going Home. I think Going Home is the first one. Enforcing Home. Anybody heard of A American? He has like, I think he got like 10 books, if I'm not mistaken. He got like 10 books. But his books are fantastic and a wealth of knowledge when it comes to prepping and surviving the apocalypse, I guess I would say. They're fictional books, right? They're fictional books, but the information inside of them books are priceless. Because even though you're reading a very good storyline, you can learn how to survive a disaster with those books. There's another series called 1 Second After, right? There's another book called 1 Second After, which is actually endorsed by Congress. I think like who was it? Is it Newt Gingrich? Anyway, I think was it Newt Gingrich or Huckabee. Oh, one of those congressmen from back then actually did the foreword on the book, and Congress endorses this book, and the book is about an EMP happening over America and the shit that goes down, that shit that could ensue after that. It's a really good series. Like I have both books; they're great. The Going Home series is more entertaining. And shout out to A American because I'm fortunate enough to be in a group that he's in. So some of y'all might have seen me on Council on Future Conflict a few times. I got some subscribers that see me on the Council on Future Conflict a few times, and that's where I met him. Um, I was already reading his books before I realized that he was a part of the group, which I thought was pretty damn dope. I told him make sure he put me in the movie. I told him make sure he put me in the movie. That's true. That is true. And the real reality of surviving is when you don't have any preparations anymore, and now you got to figure it out. You know, it's cool where it's like, okay, I got food, I got water, I got first aid, I got my flashlights and my batteries and this and that. It's gonna be easy. Okay, hey kids, here go a pack of oodles and noodles. We're gonna eat one meal a day. You get 2 bottles of water a day, and then or you get 2 meals a day and 2 bottles of water a day. So like, all right, guys, we gotta survive on one meal a day, 1 bottle of water. You know, what you think, Adam? After what day? What day? I mean, if you prep really well, what you think? Day 90? What you think? Day 90? But like, I think you should be able to, like, after. I'm gonna say day. You know what? Let's not say day 90. Let's say for the average person, somebody that just generally preps. Like they just they do it on the side or whatever. Let's just say day 30. After day 30, maybe day 60, shit gonna start to get real lean. Shit gonna start to get real lean. And now you like, all right, so now I gotta go find food and water. Now those survival books and stuff, like Tactical Wisdom by Joe Dolio. Again, that's another great set of books. Um, but now you gotta go find food. Now you gotta purify water. You know what I mean? Now you really gotta survive. Now you really gotta survive. That's true. That's true. Hotep Alchemist in the building. What's the deal? Like, I got a ton of seeds. I got a ton of seeds. I got a ton of seeds. There's nothing wrong with having that. And that might be currency. A pack of seeds might be currency. You might need something somebody got. Like, look, yo, I got some tomato seeds. I got some, you know, you fill in the blank. You know, I got these seeds to grow these potatoes and this and that. You know what I mean? Your main struggle is figure out purified water. Um, I got one in the. Let me see. It's in my trunk. Let me show you what I got. I keep shit like that in my trunk and stuff like that. Let me see. Here we go. I got one in all of my vehicles. 100, good for 100,000 gallons. It's a Sawyer mini water filtration system. Filters up to 100,000 gallons from fresh water sources. Now, also, there's a video. I think we covered it. Maybe we'll cover it today. Maybe we should do a survival stream tonight. Maybe we'll cover it today. You can use, again, chlorine tablets. Like I told you, chlorine dioxide. We just had that conversation. Chlorine dioxide purifies water. I think iodine tablets do it as well. But I watched a guy. I want to say we looked. So it's the so I so for those of you who are new to the channel, I purchased what the hell is it called, guys? It's in my truck now. I forgot what it's called, but what it does is it protects it's supposed to protect my truck from an EMP. So if an EMP was to go off, it'll shunt the power surge and use the truck as the grounding mechanism, so it doesn't fry the batteries and the circuits in the truck. I forgot what it's called, but I bought it. I bought it what, like 2 years ago, y'all, or a year ago. Um, but I have that, which hopefully it works. I won't know until shit goes bad. Yeah, iodine tablets is for radiation. Potassium, yeah, potassium iodine. You can, yeah, it's for radiation, but I think you can still use iodine tablets for water filtration. Whatever. If not, you can use. We're gonna go over it. I got this shit all written down. But chlorine tablets also purify water. Chlorine dioxide purifies water. It was a guy. So it's the same guy. He did a review on this box that I have in my truck is routed into the battery and it grounds out to the truck. He has a video where he took some muddy fucking water, some nasty water. And I'm looking at it like, ugh. And he was able to filter that shit down to some clean, super clean water. So maybe we'll check that out. We'll look at that video today. I'll find it again, look at that video, and we'll go over it. I think it's the guy's name is BattleBox on YouTube. His YouTube channel is called BattleBox. Oh yeah, the world's gonna be dangerous. Like I said again, I'm gonna say it one more time. You gotta be prepared to do shit you would not do in normal, polite society. You might have to take some people out. Charcoal. That's right. That's right. Active charcoal that also filters water. That's in a lot of water filters. Like a lot of water filtration. Active charcoal's in there. I feel like this might got that in there too. But yeah, this one's dope. So it hooks up to like a water bottle, or it has a pouch itself. If you don't got a water bottle, it has a pouch that you can just put the water in, and then it filters all of this shit out. So shit was fucking expensive. I'll tell you that much. But it works. I got another bigger one in the house that I can filter gallons at a time. So instead of like the smaller one, this one is gravity fed and it filters gallons at a time. You know. Oh yeah, it's always going to be something. You're never going to be perfectly prepared for civil unrest or some natural disaster or something like that. You're never going to be prepared. It's going to be a point where you're going to be on the fly with a lot of shit. You want to mitigate. You want to mitigate that stuff, the stuff that you're not prepared for, but you're not going to be prepared for everything. Look into clay haze. Okay. Yes, you can. I watched a guy do that. Well, I forgot what I was watching. He took a sock, he took some sand and some charcoal, and he filtered the water through it. I seen that. I seen a guy do that. That was kind of dope. Yeah, son does do that. Learn to fight a bear. I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot that bear, and he gonna get ate. My family was like, "What was that again?" Don't worry about it, sweetie. Don't worry about it. There's no Yogi ain't coming back. Yogi ain't coming back. Like in my area, there's rabbits running all over the place. There's deer all over the place. There's some woods where I see turkeys and shit all over the place. You know what I mean? I do want to learn how to freeze drying would be good, Miss Wild Wolf, but I also want to learn how to. I guess that is still freeze drying, right? Making jerky and stuff like that. Because like I said, if I do harvest the deer, right, I still gotta preserve it. I still gotta preserve it. Make deer jerky. I got a friend that actually knows how to do that. I need to pick his brain on how to do that. He does it. He does it every year when he gets himself a deer or harvests a deer. He makes jerky. Or at the cannon. What show did I see the dudes do that on? they made condensation water. I remember that. They took ocean water and heated it up or something like that. And the condensation they had drip into a can. And they was able to drink the condensation, which I thought was pretty damn smart. Barefoot and gravy. Sound like Roy already done had some bear before. Hey, you better get on them gators too. I'll be watching Swamp People. They be making that gator look good as shit. That's a good idea too, right? Because at the end of the day, those filters, all it is exactly what you just said. It's some sand and then some charcoal and then some kind of cotton and then something else. Yeah, you can probably make your own filters. If you get through the first winter, yeah. You know what else people slipping on or sleeping on? Kerosene heaters. Who remember kerosene heaters? I remember my dad had a few kerosene heaters when we were younger. He had 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And he used to use the kerosene heaters to heat the house versus turning the heat on in the house because he wanted to save, on the electric bill. So like we had a kerosene heater in the middle of the floor on like on the second floor. On the main level, we had a kerosene heater in the middle of the living room, and then in the basement we had he had 4 kerosene heaters. No, he had 4 because the basement was so big. We had 2 kerosene heaters in the basement, and they would get so hot, like you could put a pot of water on top of it, and you boil in the water too. You boil in the water. Yeah, kerosene. Them kerosene heaters. Once we filled them up, like it lasted a very long time. -35. That's nuts. Y'all still got one? I need to get one. I want every time. My father still has his. They're in his shed. They're old as hell. I'm pretty sure they still work if we give it a little cleaning and stuff like that. Oh yeah, God always with me. He with me every day, every step of the way. Keep it for years and years. Yeah, my dad he still has them. I'm pretty sure they're in the garage. I know he ain't tossed them out, but I need to get some of my own. I need to get some of my own. Um, and they're not that expensive. I think I seen one at Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply sold kerosene heaters and the kerosene. I think it was like $120 for one of the heaters. I think it was $120 for one of the heaters. You sent me something to my IG. I'll check it out once I'm off the stream. I wish I could show y'all the stuff that she sends me and what other people send me. You guys are awesome. You'll send me stuff and resources and stuff like that. I wish I could show it like with my phone, but I can't screen share, which would be great. YouTube should have a screen share option for these streams, which would be fantastic. What is this though? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Bitcoin at 95K? Damn. Definitely gonna rock the kerosene heater in the shop. I hear that. You know what I gave away? I gave away a propane heater I had. I gave away a propane heater, but like you can't use that in the house. I used to keep it in the garage and like when I worked out. So like I would keep the garage door open halfway because you need circulation of air or your ass gonna pass out. Um, and then I would turn the propane heater on. It heated the garage up really well, even with the garage door open. I gave it away. gave it away to somebody because I didn't use it in a while. And I gave it away. This before I was prepping and all that other stuff. But the kerosene heaters, you ain't got to worry about that shit. You ain't got to worry about the house. You can have that going, and you're good to go. It wouldn't hurt to have some kerosene lamps too. Some oil lamps. You know what I mean? Just in case the lights go out and you run out of batteries and the candles is down. Oil lamps. You can still get oil lamps places. You know. Albo says a lot of fatty scraps and cuts in a slow cooker. Yeah, yeah. I prefer fatty meats. I prefer fatty meats. I don't like a bunch of lean meats. I prefer fatty meats. So like if I get chicken, I want thighs. I want the dark meat, right? Steak, I don't like lean steaks. I need a fatty steak. Even when they get ground beef, it's got to be a fatty ground beef. Hmm. A tallow candle, 2 clay pots make an amazing heat source. Interesting. Brian Nichols says Matt Gaetz for president. I think it's one of the main picks they're going to try to scrutinize. Um, did y'all see Sunny Hostin had to retract her statement live on air because she was trying to make it seem like that Matt Gaetz got caught with the 17-year-old, and then she had to read that note, that community note that they gave her on her show. They called it a legal note, and she had to retract her statement, and she was bitter. You could see it in her face. She was bitter. Shit was wild. Get my fat from a local store, render it down 3 times to make sure all the impurities are out of it. Will turn completely white, and it sounds delicious. It sounds delicious, boy. Beef tallow is great. Beef tallow is great, especially for cooking. I used to cook all my steaks and stuff, eggs and bacon. I used to cook it all in tallow, in beef tallow or bacon grease. Yeah, Sonny and Whoopi been making up every damn thing, and now they now, now they getting fact checked by their own studio. I was like, up here we go. Now we see the paradigm shift. It looks like it looks like these media outlets and these networks about to start playing it real fucking safe. Yeah, I heard beef tallow fries is delicious. I didn't know that Wendy's used to use beef tallow for their fries back in the day. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Now I want to try it. I might do it this weekend. I might make me some beef tallow fries this weekend. That just sounds good. I'm dead serious. I wonder what fried chicken tastes like in beef tallow. That might be good too. Or a fried chicken sandwich and some beef fried and beef tallow. Oh my god, that might be great. Mm, 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 mm. What if I fried a steak? McDonald's did too. I seen somebody crazy ass on IG. It was we gotta stop some certain things. Somebody fried grapes. They fried grapes. They froze them and then they tossed them in like a batter and then they fried the grapes in the deep fryer. And I was like, can we just stop the madness? Pit beef sandwiches fried in tallow. I do like me a good pit beef sandwich. What's up, Steph? Steph Colonel in the building. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, Adam. Yeah, y'all do got me hungry right now. Grits? Grits? I ain't never had no fried grits. Can you fry grits? How does that work? I never had moose. Ghee, yeah. When I was heavy into keto and like my paleo days, I used to use ghee all the time. I used to use ghee all the time. Daisy girl in the building, what's going on? Your stomach kicking. I hear that, y'all. Oh, you missed it, Al. Last week I was in the mood for grits last week. I stopped and got me some grits, salt, pepper, a little butter, cheese, and a fried egg. Oh, it was delicious. It was delicious. And you got people that like sugar grits. I'm like, that's just cream of wheat. You might as well just get cream of wheat. Ghee mixed with lard. That's an interesting combo. I wonder if I can find enough beef tallow to fry my turkey in for Thanksgiving. That should probably be expensive. That would that would probably be very, very expensive. But probably would be fucking delicious. Got enough problems of his own. I'll let you.